Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're doing another deck profile. This time we're looking at the new Gold Sarcophagus of Light. This is from the OCG core set 4 due January, and we're going to be using Yu-Gi-Oh! Omega to build out a deck and see how it plays. The deck revolves around some cards based on Yugi's final fight in the anime. Super nostalgic, super fun. So let's have a look and see what we've got in the deck. 2 copies of Slifer the Sky Dragon. We are locked out of the extra deck for most of the play with this one, and it is possible to summon Slifer out in one turn. Gaia's Gandora, that's the win con for the deck, blows out your opponent's board and summons out one of the other monsters at a fairly absurd attack stat. We have Tricolour Gadget. This lets you search for GSL, Gold Sarcophagus, or any other card that mentions it. This is the main starter of the deck. Magician Zero functions as a spell negate and increases its level by 1 for each card that your opponent draws. Swordsman Zero functions similarly for target effects, and both cards gain attack times 500 for each level that they increase. Mashy Marshmallow, you can special from the hand in your opponent's turn. While this card is face up, your opponent's monsters can't target other cards for attack. 3 copies of course of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, super great hand trap. This deck's really good at stopping your opponent's spells and target effects. It's not so great at stopping their monster effects. Draw and Lockbird for the same reason is another means to lock down what the in-engine cards aren't able to do so on their own. So that's it for the monsters with this one. Moving on to the spells, of course we've got 3 copies of GSL, the new Gold Sarcophagus. This card, whilst on the field once per turn, can search any other card from the deck that mentions it by name. Silence Toward the Future lets you search any card that mentions GSL. If activated during the battle phase, it also means you can draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. Ties of Friendship, if you control GSL and a monster that mentions it, you can summon 2 level 4 monsters from the deck, ordinarily the 2 negates. Turn Silence lets you add 3 levels to a monster. It also acts as a negate if used in response to an opponent's monster effect, and you can banish from graves to skip the battle phase. 1 Monster Reborn, super good card just to get something out of the graveyard that your opponent might try and use to out some of your insane options in the deck. Double or Nothing, I mean the extra deck's kind of disposable with this because you are locked out of Ties of Friendship, but there's lots of double 4s. Prost, super good for the banish. Gaia's Gandora gains 300 attack times the number of banished cards, so not only is it draw power, but it actually plays into the point of the deck. Stronghold the Hidden Fortress, we run at 1. You get the search off Tricolour Gadget when that's sent to the graveyard. You can destroy an opponent's monster that declares attack as long as you have GSL on the field. And rounding off the deck, we have 3 copies of Infinite Permanence for the same reasons I mentioned before. It's good for hitting things that the in-engine cards can't necessarily do so on their own. So that's it for the deck. Let's move over to Omega and see how the deck actually plays. So this first game here, we're just rolling against a brain dead AI because they're new cards. I want to go over some of the combos with you guys in a little bit more detail. So we start turn with GSL, Gold Sarcophagus, and we search out Magician Zero. We don't necessarily need that card, there's a lot of universal search in this deck. So we use Silence Toward the Future to search out Tricolour Gadget. We normal Gadget, that gives us another search for a GSL card, and we'll search Ties of Friendship. Activating Ties of Friendship, we can summon 2 level 4 alarm monsters that mention GSL by name, so we pick the 2 negates. In the draw phase, Magician Zero increases level and attack, and in the standby phase, Swordsman Zero does the same. We special Mashy Marshmallow in there, just so they can't target the other cards for attack. Negating that spell card, we can increase the level and of course attack again, Magician Zero as well. The turn comes back to us. The draw goes through, so Magician Zero increases level and attack again, as does Swordsman Zero in the standby phase. We use GSL to search out Gaia's Gandora, because that's the play we're going to make here. So we'll set as much as possible. Special Gaius because we control GSL. Activate Gaius to bomb everything on the field but GSL because it can't be destroyed by card effects. That specials a level 7 or lower from the deck that mentions GSL and increases its level by the amount of cards destroyed. We use Turn Silence to increase its level further, boosting Magician Zero to 7k, and with 9 cards banished, Gaia's Gandora finishes the duel on 2700. That's the primary play. Right, you summon out on the first turn, you get as many negates up forward, hopefully with some hand traps, maybe a copy of Imperm down as well, and then you can go for game with whichever boss monster you choose to use in the subsequent turn. So with this second game we turn the AI up, it's using a Blue Eyes deck now. We lead with GSL, Tricolour Gadget, Tricolour Searching Ties of Friendship. We use one copy of Silence Toward the Future just to grab guys, and then activate Ties of Friendship to summon out our 2 negates. Set 2 pass, draw phase, chain Mashie Marshmallow, standby phase, now we negate here with Magician 0, that increases its level as before, and here in honesty our opponent can draw as much as they like because it's only going to bolster Magician 0's level and of course subsequently its attack. Now we may have used our first negate, but we still have an imperm set and we still have a targeted negate with Swordsman 0 still on the field. More banish cards, that's great for Gaius. More draw, that's great for Magician 0. So we'll imperm this. Not that it matters, because he's collecting Blue Eyes like Pokemon cards. Summoning out as many as possible. Now we can negate that target effect. Soul Charge. Bringing back a Tuner and a Blue Eyes. We'll synchro twice for 2 Spirit Dragons and pass turn back to us. Silence Toward the Future gives us Tricolour Gadget. Which we summon. Search out Goldzark. Not that we really need it here, but we'll play it anyway. And we're going to go U-double because we're not under Ties of Friendship on this subsequent turn. I love U-double, such an underrated card, as you'll know from all my deck profiles. That is my anime boss monster. We'll negate that with turn silence if used in response to an opponent's monster effect, while you have Goldzark and a monster on the field that mentions it. It also acts as a negate, increasing Magician 0's level, compounded with Utopia double, will hit for 13k, which takes the game. So the deck's working super well. I thought it was time to take it against a real opponent. Using Omega's TCG casual mode, we can take the deck online, leading with Prot for the banish. We grab ourselves Goldzark Light, summon Tricolour Gadget, of course Ties of Friendship. You should be somewhat familiar now with the primary combo of the deck. Ties of Friendship gives us that 2 negates. On the subsequent turn, both 0 monsters activate their effect. We get Mashie Marshmallow on the field, Ash the Core there, imperm the Fortress, turn silence, targeting Magician 0, negates Therion King Regulus, use its Naxter to go into Anima, but it's targeted so we negate with Swordsman 0, negate Duality with Magician 0, and there's not much left for him to do, so he'll pass turn back to us. Goldzark searches Gaius Gandora, not that we need it here. I tried to take game here with turn silence on Magician 0, but he hits us with Cybernetic Overflow. So we do what we can. We finish board with Gaius at 3k and Magician 0 for 1 spell negate. Core there, not much we can do, but we can negate the Cyberload Fusion, at least until he hits us with Droplet. Rampage Dragon tries to target Goldzark, but it can't be destroyed by card effect. He summons Regulus. We skip battle phase by banishing turn silence, and he earns turn with SP Little Knight to remove Gaius and Regulus. This is where we win Monster Reborn in Regulus. Leaves him with no options because we have Innergate for SP Little Knight in waiting. So this was a real fun deck to mess around with. I think there's some super cool options, and it will cause a bit of a disturbance when it hits the TCG. Let me know what you think, leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one.